Hello and welcome to part 5 of my Ancient Greece tutorial series. In the last video we went through getting the golden apple and Pegasus feather, and now we are moving on to Medusa's lair. Now in order to get to Medusa's lair we need to head into present day Greece, and we're going to climb up the ruins of the Parthenon. Now there are two ways you can do that. One is to jump up here to this pillar, over to the wall, back up here, and then up. And then the easier way is to just jump up there and climb up. And once you are up here, I'm going to jump over to this aqueduct. And we are going to run along here. And when we get to the end, we're going to have to make a jump into the portal. And now we can continue on our way. Once we get closer to the waterfall, we can jump down into that valley. And up we go. Here we are at Medusa's lair. Now, this is where things start to get difficult, because there are really no safe points. If you get into the light, you get sent back to the start. So you have to stay in the shadows. So pretty much anywhere that's dark on the floor or on the walls, that's where you have to stay. So in one aspect it guides you, but in another it's very punishing for your mistakes. So the switch over here turns off the stone wall up here. So start on our way, turn that off, come up here, jump across. Then we head into this building, climb up here, jump over, climb up. You have to be very careful. When you're making this jump, you have to line up with the shadow. Then we come back here to the lever. And the timing on this is pretty important. I like to wait until that one disappears to pull it. That way I can just go. And now we are coming up to one of the more complicated parts. If you have a partner, this can be a little easier because they can pull the switch for you. But if you're on your own, you really want to give yourself the best timing. So I right click on the switch and have to time these two pretty precisely. And for me it's about 5 seconds. And there was a platform over here. When you pull the switch, when I do, you can just sit and wait for that one to reappear. And then you wait for this one to appear. Now that was really just a bit of luck that it happened to pop up like that right when it did. But yeah, in that last section you have two platforms that pop up. As you can see, that longer one doesn't pop up as quickly. And it doesn't always pop up so conveniently where you can run across and jump to this one. Sometimes it appears at the exact same time, so you have to really book it so that you can get all the way across before that one disappears. So if you make it that far, be patient, wait for that long platform to appear on its own, so you know that you will have time to wait for this one to appear. Because right there, it's not a good time to have gone. So, patience is definitely the key there. And now, the final little bit of difficulty is you want to be very careful in dropping down here. And thank you, game. Can I go? Please? Pretty please? Now loading. Welcome to Onverse. Kinda making a video here. Come on. There we go. So drop down, be very careful not to touch Medusa. Seriously. You run completely smooth. I get to the end of this. And that's when you want to start not having a good connection. Okay. Once you're down, go through the door. Wait for it to load. For the eternity that it is going to take for it to load. It usually doesn't, but anybody who's played Onverse has probably experienced periods of that now loading just popping up constantly. And come here to the single coin on the platform. Double click it. And that is the end of part 5. And I will see you in hell.